From beautiful and chilly Southern California, it's Black Friday, and here she is, Suzanne Summers.
Hello. Here we are in the desert. It's so cold. That's why I've got my warm hat on.
Well, just a
and my
moment,
warm
just
coat.
a moment, okay. As a Canadian,
I know.
65 degrees is not cold, okay?
No, here in the desert, it is cold.
It is cold in the
Yeah,
desert.
you've got like 2 hoods on and a warm jacket
I
and
know.
a sweatshirt
I
and a t-shirt.
I didn't want you to feel badly that I would, turn up in a t-shirt.
So, hello everybody, and today's, the big sale day. I was just kind of looking at our site at what's available, and it's pretty incredible.
Well, all the bundles.
Yeah, it's the everyday, looking at everyday cleanser, and
Oh my God, you look so cute.
well, thank you.
I used the Everyday Cleanser this morning, right? Was that the Everyday
no.
Cleanser?
No, we had a spa morning. Alan used the peach exfoliating cleanser.
Oh yeah, I love that.
And then after you exfoliated, then you did the recovery mask.
Right.
And I did the same thing, and I think our skin looks quite lovely today.
Well, yes, my skin looks fabulous. Yeah, I really like it.
So go to our site, everybody, and just like today's the day.
Yeah.
Is there any blanket?
Yeah, we're up to 67% off today.
Wow.
So there are
Wow.
dozens of bundles. I mean,
Wow.
we put together so many bundles. So whatever you're into, scroll through and you're going to get whatever you wanted, plus a bunch of other stuff that's going to feel free. At these prices, it's crazy.
And in a way, it is free. This is just a short show today to remind you. And by the way, I'm still finishing my Gut Renew shake, which I love. I tell you this all the time, but I put frozen peaches in mine. That's my favorite way.
Yeah, me too.
Except when Caroline was here last week and she put the little frozen wild blueberries and the coconut milk, which is what says on the Gut Renew package as a suggestion for the simplest way to make it. I thought it was going to be lacking. It was so good. After the show was over, I went back and I finished the whole thing. It was really good. So, Gut Renew, if you got any gut issues or you want to keep your, gut without issues, this is really helpful.
So do you remember the first time both of us had wild blueberries?
I do. In was Quebec City.
Quebec
wasn't it?
City.
Yeah.
And do you remember the mood and the words we exchanged? Well, we had a major argument.
Oh, see, I forget things like that.
Yeah, we had a major argument because we checked into the hotel. Was it the Chateau Frontenac, I think? Chateau Frontenac or Chateau
Right. I don't
Laurier?
remember.
One of the chateaus, okay?
Yeah.
That was built by Canadian Pacific Railway.
Right.
So we check in, and it must have been the last room available. But we had a room that had a dormer, so that to get to one side of the room, you had to bend down so you wouldn't bang your head.
Yeah,
So you hated it.
I did.
And I did too, actually. And you said, "Let's get out of here." I said, "Okay." So I called some number from I don't know if it was some central number.
It was like you had rented a room that was a closet,
Right,
like an afterthought.
right.
That
So-
it was in the attic, and they said, "We can
Exactly.
make a room out of this."
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I called
Yeah.
this number that they gave me, and all the rooms in Quebec City were taken. She said, and this woman said to me, "Except my sister owns a rooming house, and you might like it. And if you like, I'll tell her you're coming over." And so we rented a room in the rooming house.
And I was not famous then. I wasn't a prima donna.
That's right.
I came from, San Bruno. It's just that the choices of sleeping in a closet or going to the sister's rooming house.
Yeah.
And what?
But we liked the sisters' rooming house.
Yeah.
They gave us a big room on the
Yeah.
ground floor overlooking a garden,
Yeah.
and beyond the garden was the water.
Yeah.
It was actually quite nice, and it was $2 a night.
$2.
$2
So
a
you can
night.
imagine what it was, Caroline.
Yeah, I left a
No
big
Cortese sheets
yeah.
there.
I left a bigger tip than it cost us for the night.
Yeah, yeah.
So anyway, based upon our experience that day, that night we went out for dinner to this great Quebecois restaurant. We had a great meal, and we had wild blueberries, and they were fresh,
That made up for
and we loved them.
Oh,
Okay,
my God.
and then when we left, we got into a big argument, and I can't remember what the argument was
I
about,
can't either.
but we got
We
ahead
used to
of.
argue back then. See,
Well,
we
we're
never
s-
argue now.
Yeah, we're standing on the street,
It was probably
and
because you didn't want to get married.
no, I think were we married? I can't remember. No, I guess we weren't married
We
yet.
weren't
No,
married.
I no, I don't think it was
In
about
those
that.
first 10 years, most of our arguments were about I wanted to get married, and you would say you're never getting married again.
Well, I only said that a couple of times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Anyway, we had this terrible argument
Yeah.
on the street outside the restaurant.
Yeah.
A lot of people around,
Yeah.
and our voices got louder and louder
Yeah.
until you said something like "screw you,"
Yeah.
and you turned and you started walking away by yourself. It's now 11 o'clock at
In the
night,
dark, yeah.
and you're walking in the
You're young,
dark
you're foolish.
in Quebec City, and you have no idea where you're
No.
going. And that was when the argument ended.
Yeah.
I thought.
Yeah. You know what's great? We've been married 43 or 44 years because we.
No, it's 43.
All right, 43.
We can't have that conversation again.
All right,
Okay.
I'll accept it.
Okay.
We never argue.
No, that's because I say yes to everything. Yeah, I say yes. Yes, ma'am.
We don't say yes,
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
We do
ma'am.
not say yes, ma'am.
Well, no, I don't say yes, ma'am. I
No.
say, yeah, sure. Yeah, whatever you want to do. I'm okay with that.
You're pretty. You are.
I am.
He's great.
I am. And you don't take advantage of that.
I don't.
Okay. You never ask for something or ask me to do
No.
something that
No.
you yourself wouldn't do if you could.
No, I'm looking up our sale, just to like. What is this one here? You got a lot of great bundles here, Caroline.
So many bundles.
Yeah, go
we
to the
really
site,
just went to
everybody.
town.
Was like 40 bundles?
Yeah.
So many, and there literally is something for everyone.
You know what's great here? I
And
see.
it is our biggest discount of the year. It's up to 67% off.
I'm looking at this one bundle here. It says Suzanne Organics Essence Roller Set,
Oh, I love that.
and it's the I can't tell. It's the hand lotion with the pump, and then there are 4 of the rollers: lemon, verbena, the rose one. I gotta open this up.
I roll I roll the
Yeah.
lemon one
Green
under
and
my
the
nose
one
every
orange
day.
vanilla.
Yeah. Wow.
Oh, they're so good. Really good stocking stuffers.
What a great gift for the holidays. The other thing is the toning system, which is the Thigh Master and the Butt Master. That'll really get you in shape. And what else is here? Oh my God, there's so many incredible things.
Yeah, and if you're into skincare, which, I mean, Suzanne has so many good products, but her skincare, people just go nuts over. It's a great time to jump in on, we have a 7-piece skincare kit that's at a huge discount.
Yeah, yeah. Here's my book, After the Fall. Have any of you ever read the After the Fall? After the Fall, it's a very interesting book. It's the subtitle is How I Picked Myself Up, Dusted Myself Off, and Started All Over Again. Because I made it to the top, and then that's when I got fired unfairly. And this book is how, we all get, crap thrown at us in life. And what are you going to do? You're going to cry in your beer? Or are you going to say, okay, I can turn this around and make it work for me? And that's what this book is about. It's very motivational. And if you're going through a hard time right now, this will pick you.
It is a good book.
Yeah.
It's a great book. And
Yeah.
also, when you order today, you are going to get a free book of Bombshell. So when you get to the checkout, you'll have it will give you a prompt, and it will say, would you like a free copy of Bombshell as Suzanne's extra Black Friday gift to you? Click it. You get a copy of Bombshell, which is another one of her fabulous books.
That's a $26 value.
That's the book. That's how I got to know Ryan Murphy, the prolific TV and movie producer. And God, he's so talented. He called me out of the blue one day. He had just finished reading that book, and he wanted to get together and discuss it. And then when he had his little son, his son was very ill, like very ill. And I don't know, whatever book I was writing around that time, I sent him to the doctors that were in that book, and I think that was 10 Steps to Wellness. And
He was a summer sizer too, wasn't he?
and he was a summer sizer. Yeah, he's like,
Yeah, I remember all those years back.
yeah,
He-
he's a major fan.
I love it.
I used to go out for dinner. We used to go out for dinner with him at Nobu in Malibu, and when he'd walk in, everybody get all a flutter. And I remember saying to him one day, "You know why you like me?" And he said, "Why do I like you?" I said, "Because I don't want or need a job." So guess what? He's never offered me a job ever. There I go for being so damn.
He's really good at resurrecting careers, man.
Yeah, right. I think, I've been offered a lot of, like, I was offered that movie in Spain this month, and I've been offered a lot of things in the last few months, and I've turned them down. I don't want to travel right now. The idea of getting on a plane and flying to Spain to me, and getting into hours of makeup every day because it was a period piece, which is such a strange offer for me. That
I don't think so. I thought it was cool.
I know, but you like those period books series and things like that. I don't
was a
know.
healer. You were like a mystic healer. That's
Yeah.
so cool.
Oh, I was in that.
Yeah,
I
but
guess
it
I
meant,
didn't read it.
no, but it meant we had to go to Spain.
Oh,
I would jump to go to Spain right now.
I remember.
But that's me.
I remember when I was diagnosed with breast cancer, 20 years ago. And Barry had been working with a psychic healer. And he gave me the guy's number. And I didn't know how I felt about this guy, but he said, I didn't tell him I had cancer or anything. And I just said to him, why? And he said, it's a theme throughout your lives. He said, I'm seeing one life right now where you were being burned at the stake by the village people, not the village people of the 70s.
Right.
And he said, and because of your theories on herbs and that kind of healing, and I since have thought about that from time to time, thinking, and here I am in this life, I'm, bioidentical hormones are not herbs, but they certainly are controversial. Well, actually, I don't think they're controversial anymore, but when I first started talking about bioidentical hormones, it was so controversial, and it was all of you out there who read the books, went to your doctors, qualified doctors, because I kept saying, you go to someone who hasn't specialized in this. It's like going to a plumber for a heart bypass. You got to go to somebody who's stepped out of the box and gone back to school. But anyway, it's all of you who normalized replacing lost hormones with bioidentical hormones. So part of my Thanksgiving is to thank all of you for the support that you have given me over these 27 books. And it's legitimized the message. And I know, because you tell me all the time, that you all feel better, and I know that I feel better. And so that I just want to thank you for that.
And I feel better.
And you feel better.
I've been on bioidentical hormones for 22 years?
Yeah.
It's great.
It
Great.
is
Well, the thing about you, Suzanne, is whenever you go through a passage in life, you figure it out, you research with a ton of doctors and experts, and then you share it, and you write a book, and then you'll look at me and go, so we need to make some products so that other people can have the solution.
Yeah.
That is our business model.
That's
the
what
business model.
we three are the business here, and
Yeah, we take your life experience and you do find great solutions to stuff.
well, I thank you. because I am not pleased in general with the kind of care, in particular, that women have been getting in these last decades, as we've all entered into our hormonal decline. And the things some women tell me about what their doctors are urging them to do and take, and I think, really? All you want to do is restore yourself to normal. As I say all the time, aging is about worn out parts, but the new way to age is to replace that which you are missing. And hormones are one of the things you're missing, and nutrients and minerals. The body can't operate without minerals. I gave you a lot of minerals this morning, Alan. I gave you
Thank you.
selenium and copper and magnesium and just a lot of things. We have to go into my supply room and get thymus. Thymus is great for strengthening the immune system.
By the
or
way,
help support the
By the
immune
way,
system. Yes.
change of subject, but
Yeah.
Hal Hitchcock said, "Is Clint Eastwood okay?" I read it.
That's a rumor. Don't read that shit. It's people are spreading rumors that he
Oh.
died.
Oh,
It's a
okay.
rumor.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's just
Oh.
shut it down. That's
Oh,
not true.
oh.
Yeah, terrible.
He was so nice to me. I had a small part in one of his movies. Which movie was that?
The one where you got shot in the chest in
Yeah.
the swimming pool,
Yeah.
and then in order to start your Volkswagen, you had to park it on a downward slope so that it would start on compression. The
Yeah,
big,
we shot this scene all day. It's Clint Eastwood and all the Clint Eastwood buddies, whoever, those people used to, Burt Reynolds and all those people. And so I was the focus of this one particular scene. I guess it was a gangster movie. I never could afford to go see the movies I was in. And somebody shot a gun. This is in the movie. And I got shot right in the chest and fell down and died in the chest. And so everything was about me that day, but I had no speaking lines or anything. I just was the girl in the pool who got killed. And so when I left the set that day, the whole neighborhood had been attracted because, Clint Eastwood's shooting a movie here. And like Alan said, I had to park my Volkswagen. That's the car that your husband, Bruce, and I used to have. And I always had to start it on compression, but letting the gas pedal in and out and the brake pedal in and out. And all these people were standing around going, "Who is she? Who is she?" And then it was sort of a letdown for all of them that I had such a crappy car. But you know what? One of the things that I did when Bruce was a little boy was you had to do what you had to do. It was about survival.
Yep.
So,
That's true. That's why he's so scrappy.
Clint Eastwood
nice guy.
is one of the nicest people in the industry.
Calm.
He doesn't take himself seriously. Well, his work is very serious, but he's a nice guy. And the first time I met him, I had him on my show, my late night show
Oh, you did?
in Canada in the 60s when he was doing those Italian westerns. I can't remember the title, but he was a really nice guy.
Really nice guy.
And I loved having him on the show. And then the next time I saw him was at that small New Year's Eve party.
Danny Jensen's New Year's party.
And so we had a nice chat that night as well. But he's one of the good guys in the industry.
At this New Year's Eve party, it's very small, and at our table, sitting next to me here was Shirley McLean, and next to Shirley was Al Pacino, and Alan was on this side of me. And do you recall who was on the other side of you?
I never get to sit next to anyone.
So you're sitting next to me, and it was somebody famous. So you're talking to that person, and Shirley McLean, who I've read all her books at that point, was talking to Al Pacino, and I'm sitting there, and nobody's talking to me. So I said, "Hey, Shirley, what are you working on right now? Are you writing a book?" She said, "Yes." I said, "Oh, what's it about?" And she looked at me and she said, "Boring people." And then she turned away. I went, "Oh, okay, well."
Another bestseller.
The last. Oh, that's what I said to her. Oh, that's going to be a big bestseller. And I've never read another one of her books. Can you imagine saying that to someone? It was pointed at me. Boring people.
By the way, someone is saying something. Oh yeah. Hang on. I keep losing it. Someone said Clint Eastwood is the modern John Wayne.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of truth
Yeah.
to that.
Yeah.
And actually, you were the last person to work with John Wayne
I
before
was.
he
Yeah,
passed.
that's right.
And he said to you, I remember that day he said to you, I'm so glad I had an opportunity to work with you.
While I'm still here.
Right.
And I was so young, I thought, well, you're still here.
Yeah.
Where are you going? And then he died shortly after that.
Yeah.
And
Can
yeah.
I hear about your Thanksgiving dinner? Because
Well, I
it was
laughed,
kind of weird not to be eating it with you, but
but in a way we were. I tuned in to your dinner just as you were serving, and I laughed so hard because your plate and my plate looked identical. And then you were talking about your gravy, and I had just said the same thing to Alan about my gravy. It was so good. In fact, I said to Alan, the least interesting thing on the plate is the turkey. It's all the other stuff that was so great. When your gravy turns out, you're a success on Thanksgiving.
We didn't, you know,
it pulls everything.
yeah, we didn't need
exactly.
the turkey. We didn't
Hardly,
need the
yeah,
turkey.
Yeah.
The gravy was incredible.
Yeah.
The mashed potatoes were incredible. The stuffing was unbelievable.
Yeah.
Okay. That's
The
all we
Brussels
needed.
sprouts
The
with
Brussels
the
sprouts.
pancetta.
Well, I'm not a big Brussels
But they
sprouts
were
person.
great. Did
Yeah.
you taste them last
I did.
week?
I ate them. Yeah.
I thought they were amazing.
Yeah. Well, we
And the
have.
cranberry sauce.
That's where our
was
tastes
amazing.
differ. You're major also with. I usually give you my artichoke.
Yeah, I love vegetables.
Okay. Yeah.
I almost can't get enough. I'm like Bruce. I can't get enough vegetables.
I wonder what's in an artichoke that you crave.
I don't know. I do know. I'll have to ask Dr. Gallitzer because he's always telling me to eat artichokes, and I do crave artichokes, and so does Bruce. So maybe, the body talks. The body tells you what it needs. Because today is Black Friday, and what is it, 67% off on a lot
Up
of-
to 67% off. Yeah. Plus the fact that no matter what you buy, you get Bombshell.
Oh, you get a free
your
book.
New York Times
Yeah.
best-selling
Yeah.
book, a $26 value.
Yeah,
We're giving it away today.
yeah.
Wow.
Well,
It's true. It's true.
it's been a
So,
half hour.
You guys have crab lunch today?
Yep, just the two of us. It's
Yep.
down there. It's still warm in the package. And I've got physical therapy before that. Because I have physical therapy every other day to get my Suzanne walk back. But I did have high heels on for a few moments.
That's
yesterday,
right.
Didn't I, Alan?
That's right.
I'm going to get back in them.
High heels and with her bra and panties. It was
That's
sort of a
true.
replay of Thigh Master.
It was. So anyway, this is a half hour. We told you it'd be a short show today. Go to the site. It's just incredible value today. And when is the next show? Is that Tuesday?
I'll post it. I think it's
Okay.
Monday.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
But anyway, have a wonderful weekend.
You
and
too.
Thanks for popping on and doing a quick Black Friday special.
Yes, and just know how much I missed cooking with you yesterday. But when I saw your plate and my plate, I got this satisfied feeling. Like in a way, we were still connected.
Yeah, I felt it too, and it was really sweet because at the end of the meal, I don't know, my sister Anita just like started dancing. We were playing music, and she just got up and started dancing, and then
Wow.
the whole night just turned into a dance party.
Oh, how wonderful!
So you know,
Okay. I got to tell you something.
What?
Trudy Slingo Manuel said, "It's only 22 minutes. It's not a half hour yet." I'll bet she's a school teacher. Now class, people.
Well, that means Trudy wants us to stay on for
You're right, Trudy.
5.
You're right, Trudy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So why don't you just sit there and stare for like 8 minutes?
I don't do good stare.
You know that this late night show I did in Canada, we couldn't afford to get ratings. We didn't have the budget. So the way we got ratings, and people are going to be really upset with what I'm going to say,
Oh, gosh.
especially the environmentalists.
Oh, gosh.
But this was in the 60s when water was free. Okay, let me preface. Water was free. There was so much of it, it was free. You didn't get a water bill. You got an electric bill,
Oh,
which was
really?
very
Oh,
small.
really?
Didn't get a water bill.
Our water's so
Okay,
expensive in California.
I know. So the way we took our ratings was there was a point in the show where I'd say to the audience, okay, we're going to take the next 2 minutes. I'm just going to sit here and stare at the camera. I'm not going to say anything. And I want
kidding?
all of you to run around the house, flush all your toilets, and turn on all your faucets turn water on for the next 2 minutes. And then we'd get the readout from the water company, and it showed a big spike. Okay, and that was our rating system.
Huh.
Huh. Yeah, today?
How
Yeah.
about that, Caroline?
Yeah, they'd bury me alive today.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it worked.
Yeah.
It worked.
That was like Soupy Sales. Remember Soupy Sales?
Oh, yeah.
He
Yeah.
had one of those peanut gallery shows for kids, and one day he said to all the kids, "Come here," and he asked all the kids to come close to the TV set, and he said, "It's awful. Go in Mommy's purse and get $1, and here's the address, and send it to Uncle Soupy," and they did. Can you imagine?
You know, I was living there in Detroit when Soupy did a noon show for kids. In those days, kids used to come home for lunch.
I
Okay?
used to, yeah.
And so he would do
That's right. I used to go home for lunch.
a noon show for kids, and then he would do a late night show
Yeah.
for adults.
Yeah.
It was exactly the same show.
Only
Okay,
filthy.
the late night show was filthy
Yeah.
because of the way he interpreted the show.
Yeah, right,
He a very, very
Right.
talented guy.
right.
So.
All right, well, Caroline, I love you.
I love you too. I love
And
you. I love you. I'll
All
miss you guys at crab lunch. Have a great
We will.
crab. Send us some pics. Send us some photos or some
Okay.
video.
okay.
All right.
All right.
All right.
Take
Thanks,
care.
guys.
Thank you,
Bye bye. Love
everybody.
you guys.
Bye-bye.
Have a
Take
nice
care.
weekend.